In today's video, I am going to be showing you different drills that you can use to be able to teach the Horns basketball offense. Now, there's a trillion different Horns basketball plays, but I'm going to be focusing on some of the most easiest plays and the drills that are associated with them. Now, you can run the same type of drills with any basketball play, so keep that in mind. But really quickly, if you want really good Horns basketball plays, make sure to go check out my Horns basketball playbook that is down in the description below. So basically, we're going to have two lines. We're going to have a defense line, and we are going to have an offense line. This is going to be the coach, even though he is a red player. I don't have any actual coach icons. So basically what we are going to be looking at is just using him as a coach. Now I've set up pylons here. They're going to be the screens. Personally, I would not be setting up pylons. They're very easy to run over and through. What I would set up is a chair. So if you have access to a foldable chair or something like that, which a lot of gyms will have, I would set those chairs up right here. What we're going to do is have player 4 blue. He is going to be sprinting across over top of these two pylons or chairs, and then he's going to be popping out to this corner. This will be a pass over here. Now, depending on what this defender does, because this defender is going to be chasing, is he going to go over top of these screens, or is he going to go underneath? If he goes underneath these screens, this is when you actually teach the offense, because now with this defender going underneath the screens and cheating, this is going to be a three-point shot, and we want that player to be able to take that shot in practice as fast as possible. Now, instead, if this defender goes over top of the screens, what I would want to see is for player 4 blue to then curl in, because now this defender is going to be caught on that screen. We're going to then pass that ball down middle, and what we are hoping for now is a wide open layup with player 3 trailing. Now, after they get through, they're going to go in the back of this line, pass the ball back to coach. They're going to go in the opposite lines, and then they're going to do this drill once again. Now, one of the plays that is seen very commonly in the Horns offense is a pin down screen from that elbow. And what's going to happen is after this pin down, player 3 is going to pop up, and we are looking to potentially either take that 3 or hit player 4 with that pass. What we can do instead is we can set up multiple different lines yet again on this side of the court. And then after we set up these lines, what we're going to do is now have a pylon, a set of pylons, maybe a chair, something. Coach again is going to have that basketball, and player 3 is going to be sprinting around these cones, and player 5 is going to be following. He can either go over top or he can go underneath. Now we're learning how to use screens. If he goes underneath that screen, player 1 red, the coach, is going to pass 3 the ball, and this should be a quick shot for player 3. Now, if instead player 5 red goes over top of this screen, player 3 needs to cut in. This then locks player 5 red behind him, and now we can get that pass through to player 3 for that layup. See, the thing with plays is we can not just teach the plays, we can teach how to read defenses and how to use screens. So now we have our two lines over here. They don't necessarily have to be there, but we just have to keep them away from this side of the court. So generally here and here is a good spot. I want player 2 to now try and keep that ball away from player 1. Player 1 needs to be pressuring player 2. Meanwhile, player 2 cannot have their back to the basket. Generally speaking, you never want to have your back to the basket like this. If your back is to the basket, obviously you are unable to see the play, and that means that you are unable to get that pass off. So you need to learn how to do a quick jab, pull back, and dribble with your face facing the defender so that your defender has a disadvantage and you have the advantage. Meanwhile, player 3 blue is going to be posting up 5 red. 2 is going to pass to player 3, and then player 2 is going to use this screen. Now, again, this is all about how to be able to read defenses and read how they react to a screen. So for example, player 1 red follows player 2 blue over top of that screen. This is going to be a nice easy pass for a nice easy layup. However, if instead we have player 1 who's cheating. Let's say player 2 makes that cut and player 1 cheats through the middle, well, now player 2 needs to be smart. He needs to drift out to that corner as soon as he sees player 1 dip below that screen. Now, instead, this is going to be a kick out pass to player 2, and because he's created this much of a gap between himself and his man, this should be a very easy 3-point shot to make. You could even make this one step, or take this one step further, where now if, let's say, player 1 red recovers before 2 is able to shoot, we can get these guys to clear out into the back of their lines, and now because there's always that rescreen possibility, we can now have player 2 use that pylon or chairs as a screen, and same ideas apply. If the player goes over top, player 2 then attacks the rim. If player 1 cheats underneath, he reverses out and he takes that 3-point shot. These are some drills that you can use to be able to teach the Horns basketball offense. Make sure to go check out my Horns basketball complete playbook, or at least my playbook. I love the Horns offense. These are plays that worked for me over the last 15 years, so definitely go check them out. Anyways, I'll see you guys again in my next video.